figured I'd come on here. I wanted to talk about some paranormal experiences I've recently had. I would say the last 72 hours, I've been seeing a lot of like white orbs, like milky white orbs fall from like my crown down to my throat, and they disappear. And then I was at work, and I've just been having a lot of lucid dreams. If you watch my other video, I've been having a lot of interesting experiences. But I was at work the other day, and I've been at this job or this position for a year now. Almost, it'll be a year December 26th. So I was walking down the hallway, and where my old office was, because I switched, because the one of my coworkers was like, you need a window, you need a bigger atmosphere, because I was crammed in the middle of all these offices, and it was like my cubby hole, and I just hide in there. It was dark and kind of dingy, but I liked it, so I moved, and I was walking down the hallway, and I was like, I smell cedar, like pure cedar, like, and it smelled like it was burning, but it was like a smudge stick, so it wasn't like it was up in flames. It was like light, it was lit and then blew out, so then the smoke can purify the space. And I go in there because my coworker was in there organizing paperwork, because she's really good at organization. And I was like, do you smell that? She's like, I can't smell nothing. Like, how I have issues, smelling and tasting some things. I'm like, well, I smell pure cedar. She's like, that's weird. It's the spirits, because there are spirits. There's a young girl that there's like it's kind of like a Head Start program that used to be in there, but for our population, and they were young kids, and then they decided to do away with that and then have older adults, but that kid still visits there, and so that spirit's there. But I was like, and then I told my other coworker, I went into the next office, and then my office was across hers, and I'm like, I smell pure cedar. She's like, that's weird. And I'm like, I know, I smell it. Do you smell it? She goes, no, I don't smell it. And so I was like, I'm just losing my mind. I was thinking, and then my guide was like, you're not hallucinating. Take a picture of yourself. I was like, okay. So I took a picture. I took 2 pictures, guys. And you see this milky white, smoky aura around me. And I'm like, what in the heck? And then I took another one, and it was gone. And I looked at the time, it was 3:03. So I looked at that angel number, and that's about prosperity, abundance, the big changes, aligning with your divine light purpose, all this other things. So in other words, it was heavy transformative energies. And I'm like, and then I looked up cedar, because I know cedar has some interesting properties, because I wanted to refresh my memory, and I knew it had some protection to it. It was a wood, when I burn it, it reminds me of when I was younger and we had guinea pigs, because they had the cedar chips. So, that reminds me of, protection, prosperity, and abundance. Well, that's what it symbolizes. But the interesting thing was that it's supposed to repel people that you don't want around you and attract the people you do want around you. So it's a balanced energy, and I'm like, that's pretty interesting. And then I read more, and it was saying that cedar, in the older days, when they would, do coffins, and they would put the corpse in the coffins, before they buried it, they would put the cedar chips in there, or put smoked cedar around it, around the coffin, and then put the chips in there, because that helped repel the insects and keep the the coffin and the corpse kept it restored for a while, restorative, and didn't decay it as quickly. So I was like, that's, very strange. And then I felt this icky energy around me the last couple days. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just a thick energy, and I don't know where it's coming from. Then I had a friend reach out to me about, someone that passed. I won't go into details because of HIPAA, but basically I knew where that energy came from. It was from that person, that sticky tar-like energy. And I think the cedar was trying to protect me at work and protect me with my business, because she was like, I don't know if this is a reading I want you to do, but I'm just telling you what happened. And, I apologize for her passing and her family and everything. And that was another weird thing. And then there was more experiences. I was having experiences last night. I was like, Brandon, do you hear that? It was just my husband's name. I'm like, Brandon, do you hear that? And he's like, I don't hear nothing. And I'm like, I hear this like fading like music, but yet it's coming from that direction. So it was on my side of the wall on the bed. There's a window there, and then it leads out to my neighbors, a group home, and then the cemetery. So it's like all on that side of, my room. And outside, it's all lined up there and that on that road, and I'm like going that direction, and I'm just like, I hear it. It's just, it's weird, and it's kind of interesting, but it's eerie at the same time. And like my ears have been popping the last couple days. I've been hearing different frequencies that are not there necessarily in the physical realm. It's been like the spirit realm and astral, and I'm just like, I hear it, and it's, it's pretty loud. Like, I don't know how you don't hear that. And he's like, I don't, like, it's not there for me. And I'm just like, it has to be my clairaudience, working. And then all of a sudden, the neighbor dogs start howling. Like, they start howling and like making some weird noises I've never heard them like do. And then that started another neighbor's dog to do the same. So there was like 3 dogs barking, and I'm just like, that's really strange. And then it started to die down a little bit. The music, it was going on while they were barking and howling and making all kinds of weird noises, the dogs. And I'm just like, what in the world? And then, my Chihuahua, she was listening too, because she could hear it. She didn't really bark, but she was like, what in the world's going on? I hear that. Mama, I hear that. And she's like looking out the window. And so then they stop barking, and I still hear it for a little bit. And I go check at the window, because I'm like, well, maybe it's outside. Maybe someone's just got music playing with no lyrics, It wasn't there. And then I went back to my bed, and I could hear it again. And I'm like, what in the world? And I checked my phone. My husband checked his phone. There was no reason for this music to be coming, but it was coming from outside. That's the weird part. But yet I can only hear it when I tuned in on my bed. I don't know. I was like, am I going nuts? Like, what's going on here? And so then it went away. And then, I went to sleep, and I didn't think nothing of it. And then I was meditating with my clear quartz I got at a local shop. It's like a coffee shop, and then it's like they have like homemade items and crystals. And they have like homemade honey, they have homemade canes, they have homemade artwork, all that good stuff. So I went and got a clear quartz there, because I've just been craving, for some reason, a master clear quartz, a good chunk. So I got a good chunk, and I was meditating it with this morning, and I'm like, so what's going on here? Like, why do I keep getting visions of, and then before, I gotta back up a little bit, because before I fell asleep, I was meditating, and I'm like, what's going on here? Why do I keep seeing these visions? Why am I attuning? Like, and then I kept seeing different numbers, like I talked about, and I looked them up, different animal guides, I looked those up, and again, it was about repelling and attracting the right energies. So it, and like non-violent energies and all this stuff. And I'm just like, that's interesting. And then I saw a state, because I talked about in my other video that I've been driving to work, and I feel like I'm not supposed to be driving in this direction. I'm supposed to be in another state. And I'm just like, this is just weird energy. I'm just feeling all out of sorts. And I kept feeling like my body wanted to astral project, but I wasn't quite there yet completely. And then I saw Minnesota, and I'm like, what's in Minnesota? Like, there's nothing in Minnesota that I know of, but I like lakes, and I like foresty energies and park energies, so, I mean, I guess maybe that's somewhere Spirit wants me to go sometime. I don't know. And then I looked up something else, and my husband said, well, that's Boston, Massachusetts. So I got these two different places, Boston, Massachusetts, and Minnesota, that keep coming up in my meditations. And I'm just like, okay, whatever that means. Maybe I'm supposed to go there eventually before my lifetime's over. I don't know. This lifetime, I mean, I hope I figure it out, but that was just weird. But then going back to this morning, I was meditating with my clear quartz, and I was like, what's going on here? What's the purpose of this? Why do I keep seeing these things, attuning to these things? What's the message here? And, I kept getting like visions of like dark forest energies, and so I'm sorry, there's like been a lot of ambulance as well, and fire trucks the last 2 days. It's weird. And cops. And cops are associated with the Morrigan. So anyway, back off my tangent. Well, anyway, so I meditate with that clear quartz this morning, and I kept seeing dark forest and everything, and just weird energies, and lots of like purples from last night, like purple hues in my third eye, and I felt like my crown was opening up, and then I was feeling the Morrigan around, and then all of a sudden I heard this bird caw caw, and I'm just like, okay. And then it stopped, and after I acknowledged it's probably her calling to me for another round of her lessons and another round of her transformation energies. So I think that's what's been going on, and I feel like there's like the last 24 hours there's been someone behind me. Oh no, actually no, it's been 48 hours. I've been feeling like there's someone behind me, and there's nobody behind me. I can feel them in my back of my aura, and right by my shoulder, my right shoulder. So I'm thinking it could be the Morrigan or my guardian angels or ancestors. I'm not sure, but I know that there's a lot of changes coming, and I'm ready for them. I know they're not going to be easy. Some of them are going to be painful, but I know it's time, because I've been feeling this energy around me for the last year. I keep telling my mom and my husband that it's like I'm waiting on something. I'm waiting for a certain aspect to emerge in my life, so I can open up a new chapter, and I can go forward and surprise myself and surprise my loved ones, and we all succeed at a higher level. And not even succeed, just experience at a higher level, you know what I mean? So I don't know when it's coming, how it's gonna come. I'm prepared for it. The only other thing that kind of made me anxious when I had a vision, when I tuned into the energies last night, is that I saw myself in the hospital. But I was a lot thinner, and a lot thinner with my weight, is what I'm meaning to say. And then I felt like an infancy energy around me. But again, infancy, it could be a child, but it also could also mean, like we know when we look into symbolic things, it could mean a new beginning, a new fresh start. So again, I feel like if I'm thinking of what the energies was when I was seeing this vision of me in the hospital, it was very, I'm not being morbid, I'm not trying to be, or weird, but it was kind of comforting in a way. It was like a fresh start, and it felt rebirthed, and I felt like, yeah, there's some, I'm gonna use the cuss word, but kind of crappy energies, but I knew they were happening for a bigger reason. No, this just doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna go to the hospital. The weight could mean that I'm letting go of excess energy that was holding me back and making me sick. So there's a lot of symbolic things to decode and to put into place. But I've been also feeling, and another weird thing is, I've been feeling, and as an empath, this is a strange bear energy. It's almost like I feel like some of these journeys that I'm feeling coming up for me is I'm alone. I don't feel my husband's energy around me necessarily, or my parents. It's weird, and I don't know how to explain it. So it must be an energy that is, it has to be within myself. It has to be external, a little external, so that there's progress, but there's a lot of internal. I think it's more internal, and that's why I'm not feeling so much influence from other people. But I just want to see your guys' thoughts, and I want to know what's going on with you guys, because I thought after Samhain was over, I thought there's no way it's going to be, I'm going to feel connected to the spirit realm as, I'm sorry, there's like a sun in my eyes, as authentically or as strong, and I was terribly wrong. And because I feel in my soul right now that I'm having more experiences now than I did on Samhain. And the beautiful thing of it is I'm feeling this energy extend out to December, late December, like the last day of December. So I don't know. I feel like there's a shift gonna happen between now and the end of December. And I do see a little bit of January, February, and March. So, but I don't see the rest of the year. So I don't know what's going on. So that would be what, 5 months, that there might be a lot of like boom, boom, boom kind of like domino effect energies. But again, I want to know what your guys are going through, what your thoughts are, what you think this could mean. If you're someone that likes to decode things and think things kind of in detail, and I don't know. Again, I'm trying my hardest to get those zodiac readings out. I want to try to get them started tonight after work. Do some Saturdays, do some Sunday, so that I could do like 4 on tonight, 4 Saturday, 4 on Sunday, and then I would have it. But I'm thinking about combining November's and December's together, because I don't know if I'm going to have time, because my schedule, like I said, has been very, not really difficult, but it's been very interesting, and it's been draining, and I'm not getting home till, with the travel time, I'm not getting home close to like, 8 o'clock at night. So I don't always have the energy, so that's something that I got to consider, and I got to take into account when I'm thinking of doing these readings, because even though it comes natural to me, my abilities, it's not really, I don't look at it as work, but it is taxing on my spirit, because I'm giving, and you only have so much energy in a day as a person, so you got to take that into consideration. So I'm not Superwoman, I'm not a paranormal being where I'm, constantly on the go, and I don't have to rest and eat and, contemplate my own life. So you guys know that. I don't know why I don't need to really say that, but I think there is some people that think differently. But yeah, these are just my thoughts, and thank you for your love and support. It means a lot to me. And like I said, I want to do more of these videos on Patreon. So not all of these that I'll be doing will be on YouTube. I think this will probably be the last one I put on YouTube, and then the rest of them will be on Patreon. So I want to do more paranormal story times. I want to do daily draws with pictures and a small blurb of what I'm channeling. I want to start doing the archangels and the deity channelings each month. And then I want to do a individual in-group Reiki session. So each month you will get your own personal Reiki session, and then you will get an ASMR group session, and that will be on, Patreon. So I will leave my IG down below, my website, and my Patreon down below as well. I also will leave my PayPal link if you're someone that wants to support my YouTube channel and my Patreon and my website and my vision for us as Raven of Hope. I will leave that link down below, and you can donate when you can, if you feel guided to. It doesn't matter how much. I'm thankful for any amount. Any feedback, any comments, any likes, subscribed, or shares will be just as appreciated as donations. I want you guys to know that, because interacting and commenting with each other, commenting with me, that shows that my content is being out there and it's serving someone than just me rambling and feeling like, oh, I'm helping someone when I'm really not. You know what I mean? And that's my core personality. I would say that's the one trait that I feel, without any conditions, it's unconditional, is I love to help people. Even though I have my days and I'm like, gosh, I'm so burnt out, I don't want to be a caregiver, it's impossible to give it up. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it's like breathing for me. It's just very, whoa, the light is so bright, guys. Holy moly. But, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm like a cat and trying to swat it away. Jesus, Lord help me. I'm just weird today, but I just wanted to just come on here, give you guys that information. I'm so sorry I'm weird. This is just my personality. If it's like, some days I have these days where I'm just like, okay, if I don't laugh, I will cry. And so I'm gonna make myself laugh, or just be weird and then just laugh about it because I'm awkward and I don't know what else to do. Just like in awkward situations, I laugh. I go like that, or and I'm not like laughing to make fun or laughing because I think it's funny. It's just uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So that's what I do. Anyway, you guys don't care, but anyway, I'm at work now. Thank you for coming on this journey with me to drive to work, and I will talk to you guys as soon as I can. Love, blessed be, and Reiki blessings.